Hey everyone, Jeremy here, and no, the power is not out, and no, this is not an unintentional, ridiculously poor job of lighting this video, but today I was thinking about something that I found was pretty unusual and profound, being that it's so common in so many of our homes, and that is the profundity and the significance of candles. I know your mind probably thinks about stuff like this too, and how amazing candles are and can be. Maybe you have favorite scents, vanilla, cinnamon, pumpkin, depending on the season. Maybe for you, you like those fresher, lavender-looking, potpourri-esque type of candles. I like the ones that kind of remind me of food. So whether that be a warm vanilla cupcake, whether that be apple cinnamon, this one is actually called white honey. And so it is giving me light for this video, but then it's also smelling wonderful, and it also has even some audio. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but to me, candles are versatile. And in some homes, maybe you'd even argue essential. To make people feel home and to make you feel good, and maybe you do it to relax, maybe you do it to welcome company into your home, and so that your house smells nice and has this sense of peace and aromatics in the air. But one of the things that I think about with candles is what Jesus talked about in his what's called Sermon on the Mount, and it's found in Matthew chapter 5, beginning in verse 14. He told his audience that day that you are the light of the world. And a city on a hill cannot be hidden, and people don't put a lamp under a bowl when it's lit, but instead they put it on a stand for everyone in the house to be able to see the light. And then he goes on in verse 16 to say, in the same way, let your light shine before people so that they may see your good deeds and then glorify your Father in heaven. When I look at this candle, I think about that. Almost every time I see a candle, I think about you are the light of the world. I even have a bracelet that I wear on my wrist. Can't see it because it's too dark. And it literally has Matthew 5:14, and it glows in the dark, and it reminds me that I am the light of the world. Because, see, Jesus said, I am the light, but now we are his light shining in a world. And even in a dark room, we can't illuminate. So if the light goes away, you may see a little bit of an ember if we aren't doing our job and living the life we should. But as we get closer to that light, the more that our light, his light, reflects on our faces, and it reflects on our lives and our love and how we treat people and how we love people and how we respond. The character that we display, the way that we do our jobs, the way we go to school, the way that we love our spouses and treat our kids or our parents or everything else. We get to be his light. And maybe we're a candle that has a soothing flicker sound and makes beauty in that. But I think one of the other things about light and about candles that this today threw me, not for a loop, but just really kind of got my thinking juices going, was something the Apostle Paul wrote in his letter to a church in Corinth, and we find it in what we call 2 Corinthians chapter 2, beginning in verse 15, and it says, for we, God's people that are Jesus followers, have given their lives over to him, that we are the aroma of Christ for those who are being saved and for those who are perishing. To the one, we are an aroma that brings death, but to the other, an aroma that brings life. So, to one, to those that are seeking help, hope, who are looking for Jesus, even if they don't know it, when we share the light, when we demonstrate the light, when we bring off this fragrance of life, people think it smells good. Because it isn't our scent that they're smelling, it's his. When we live and love like Jesus, It can smell good. Now, there are those that reject it, and there are those that reject Jesus. You've seen it, and you think, how can anybody reject a love like that and a sacrifice like he did on the cross? But the truth is, they don't see it as love. They see it as an attack on their own free will and an attack on their best life and doing the things that they want to do. And I'm not saying they, like some far out, that's me too. I've had those conversations and those struggles. But the truth is, there's warmth by the light. There's comfort by the light because I can see what's coming and what's happening around me. And then there's a beautiful smell that makes me feel at home and makes me feel safe. It makes me feel loved. It reminds me of family. So today, maybe whenever you light a candle, maybe if you look at a candle, maybe you enjoy it like you always do. You smell it like you always do. But maybe something unique now is when you see a candle, you think about Jesus and his light and how you are the light of the world. And you're a lamp that can't be hidden, can't be snuffed out. And not only are you providing light and warmth to the world, but you can bring the aroma of Jesus with how you live, how you love, how you talk, how you post, how you text, how you work with other people, and how you encourage people in the Lord. So go out, let your light shine, make the world brighter and better, because you smell good.